back to my channel. So today I am going to be sharing our 9th grade catch up with you guys. We are in 3rd quarter. We have been in 3rd quarter a couple of weeks now, and I just wanted to touch base with you guys. I did my K5, I did my 5th graders, I did my 4th grade nieces, and I wanted to kind of talk to you about my 9th grade niece. I do share all their curriculum picks at the beginning of the year. We always have really great intentions to do school together all year long, and something always just comes up and it just kind of, it interferes with it. So I just want to kind of go through the curriculum that we chose, what she's been using, what she's liking, what she's not, what she's finished. Yeah, all those fun things to talk about that all of us homeschool moms want to know about. So starting off with Bible, she has been doing Bible with me. We FaceTime each other, or we do it when we're together. We use the Abeka curriculum. I am currently going through the 5th grade curriculum, but what Abeka does is they kind of weed through Bible as you go. They'll like switch out. So say 1st grade year, you're doing Samuel, Ruth, and let's say Moses. And so what happens is 2nd grade, you skip that, you do something else. 3rd grade, you go back to that. Sometimes you'll have something else added in. So all of the booklets that she has worked through the year, because she has done Abeka Bible since kindergarten. So she's done all of them anyways. For high school, they don't even work through the same type of curriculum. So we just still wanted to do the curriculum together, just so that Bible time was as a family and together. So she's been doing that with us. We're still working through our Bible characters that I put together for the kids and through our verses. Now, something else we're doing this year is the Bible journal. This actually goes with the Abeka curriculum. You could probably figure out a way to use it without using their curriculum, but this is such a great tool, and I don't think that the grade has anything to do with what's inside. It talks to you about the verses, what you think of them, what they mean, stuff like that. So this is a great tool, and we have been using this. She actually enjoys it. One thing that we do when I am reading through the actual curriculum, the kids will just work through their sticker books, and now they've really been loving diamond painting. So that's been really soothing and relaxing for them. So they do that when we read, and it seems to keep them like calm, and they pay attention because we ask questions, and they're always involved. They always answer questions and ask things. They're very interested, so that makes my heart happy, especially with Bible. So moving on from that, with their main subjects like math, English, she's using Abeka. We basically decided just to get the full Abeka curriculum. And when we got it, we looked over it and we decided not to use the science and not to use the history, just because it wasn't needed this year, and she had a lot on her plate this year. She is taking 2 different classes outside of the home. She's doing Spanish, and it's not journalism, it's something else, and I always forget, and she tells me and then I forget, but it's something very similar to that, and she's actually really loving it. So she's a great writer. So with that being said, with her Abeka, she uses the grammar, the literature, and the spelling. She does use the full curriculum through them. She does read on her own on the side, but with the curriculum, she strictly like sticks to what they've supplied for her. Now, this is all of the literature that they give you, unless they tell you to read something else outside of that. But this is basically the literature. So she's doing grammar and composition through Abeka. She has always really enjoyed Abeka. I mean, it's not fun for her, but she has never really complained about it. I think she may have complained about it maybe 6th grade. I think 6th grade was probably the hardest year. There was so much work. I don't know if you guys have done their 6th grade, but there was a lot of work. But once you get past that, I feel like it's easy. So she's doing all of that loving it, still working through it. She'll finish this off through the year. We only do Abeka through the year. There's 170 lessons. So once that is done, our year is basically over. If they still have like science or history or something left in those booklets, we will just save them until the following year, work through them for a couple weeks usually, and then they're done. But once they are done with their Abeka, we call it quits, because it's about 170 lessons. We never skip lessons, and you know, there's so many different added days that we do things that have to do with school. So 180 days are definitely far like past by the time we're really done with school. So the next thing she's working through is their Algebra 1, and I will say, okay, so we've done Abeka the whole time, right? Even when she was at her private school, she stopped going to private school. I think she finished off her 4th grade year with private school. And then we decided to homeschool the kids. So she used Abeka, and she used Abeka through 6th grade through Abeka with math. And then we decided, let's go ahead and for 7th grade, was it 7th and 8th? I think 7th and 8th we decided for teaching textbook. And at first she really enjoyed it. She never complained. She was getting through it. It was a little bit easier because she was struggling a little bit with Abekas. So we wanted to kind of slow down because Abeka runs really fast, and we didn't want the kids to hate math. That's one thing, like I did not want my kids to hate math, and I did not want my sister's kids, and she didn't want her kids to hate math. So we were like, let's find a curriculum that's a little slower paced, a little easier. And so we went with teaching textbooks, and the kids actually loved it. It worked really well for a couple of years. And then last year we just decided that it wasn't enough. There wasn't enough going on. There wasn't enough teaching. I felt like there were gaps. Like we were having to look up and try to explain things to her and find videos, and her dad was always helping her. And I just felt like, you know, my sister and her dad especially, really felt like something was lacking with math. So we started to look, and she just said, you know what, I think I want to go back to Abeka because they, you see the teacher teaching the lesson, you hear the kids asking questions, so there's a lot of learning going on, not just from the teacher, but literally from the classroom. So if the teacher is not answering or teaching in a way that's like explaining a concept or a problem, most likely one of the kids are going to ask, you know. So my sister decided, you know what, I'm just going to go back to Abeka. She wants to do it. We told her, remember how Abeka was? Like, it was very strict. There was a lot. You hated it. Like, she's like, nope, I'm ready for it. She loves it, you guys. She's doing so well. So it is I feel like it's a tougher curriculum, but she's doing so well. She's excelling, she's learning. She still needs help here and there, but for the most part, I want to say she has an A in that class. So she is working through Abeka Algebra 1. So that was a very good choice to go back to them. I do not regret in the choices in putting the kids in teaching textbooks. For one, it kind of showed them a different way of learning math. And for two, it did slow down when they were having problems. So I will say that. Okay, so moving on from that, she did health through Abeka as well, and she finished this. This is done. She finished it a little bit before second quarter ended, I believe. So this is done. She actually likes Abeka's health. They talked about like alcohol abuse, healthy eating, healthy habits, drug abuse, prescription drugs, stuff like that. You know, normal health stuff, but it basically was aimed more towards a high schooler other than a junior high or elementary age student. Something else that they've been working on that's different is we went ahead and, so the last few years we were working through Apologia. You guys, I have to like go through so many different like little files in my brain to weed through all the curriculum I've seen, I've used, I prepared. Like, it's crazy. You guys know how it is. The struggle's real. It's kind of like when you have multiple kids and you're trying to remember their ages and birthday. I mean, I only have 2. I remember mine, but sometimes I get them mixed up because they're so close. Anyways, I just had to like figure it out real quick. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to share with you, for the past few years, I want to say she used Apologia for Science, and she liked it, but it was a lot. That notebook was a lot of like going back and forth. It was very thorough though. It was kind of cool that they had you take notes and they made sure that you were understanding and you walked through everything. Like, I don't have any complaints about Apologia. It worked really well. It taught her. But we wanted to try something different, something a little more laid back. So I found master books and it looked really cool. Really cool. So this is biology and it takes a full year to get through this. Now the classes are definitely lighter classes, so you can definitely double up if you wanted to get done sooner. You could take your time and you would still be done on time, just because, I mean, the classes are really light. And she did purchase the, I forget his name, but he like does the experiments. You can purchase it on the website when you buy their package, and they really enjoy that because they purchase the box kit that comes with everything they need. And having the video of him teaching kind of gives them the flexibility of when they're going to do it hands-on and when they choose not to do it hands-on. So that's kind of nice too, because they're still watching the experiment happen before them. So they get to see it, and she knows what's happening and what's going to happen, and they talk about it, and you know what I'm saying? So she's seen the whole process of the experiment without actually having it hands-on. So they get to choose. So most of the time they do the experiments. My niece really does love doing science experiments, but it does give my sister the flexibility of when they can and when they can't do it. Like if they're, you know, crunch time, they have activities they're in a lot of things. So yeah, so that's biology. We also did get this little microscope book that kind of goes alongside this. You can look in this and see underneath the scope, which is kind of cool. And she said that they have used this, not with everything, but they do peek in here, you know, once in a while. Another thing that she has been working on is logic. This is actually through Master Books, and they are loving this. So I don't think that they're going to get done with this year. Oh, you know what? I think she will. She will. She'll get done with this at the end of the year, I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure. I say I'm pretty sure, but I'm not really sure. So I'll have to find out. I'll let you guys know at the end of the year. And I will be doing a review on this. Now, my brother-in-law has been working through this with my niece, and so has my sister. I cannot wait to do this with my daughter. Like, I found this and I'm like, oh, I need this. So I told my sister about it, and they're so happy they got it. But this is probably one of their favorite classes. So I'm really excited to share this with you guys, what the pros are, what the cons are, and yeah, so keep your eyes open for that one. And then something else that I just wanted to share with you guys, my niece asked me to share it with you because it's something that she uses all the time. I asked her, like, okay, what's been working, what hasn't with your curriculum? We kind of went over it, her and I and her mom. And she said that this has helped so much. She literally writes down everything she needs, and then she highlights it when she's done. I thought the highlighting was a pretty cool idea instead of just like checking it off. I don't know, it makes it look pretty too. So she's actually loving her planner. All right, you guys, that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for hanging out. I hope that this was helpful to you guys. Just know high school isn't as bad and scary as you would think it is. So thanks for hanging out. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Give me a like and leave me a comment down below. I'd love to hear from you guys. You guys be safe, be blessed, and I will see you guys next time.